what's up guys? Real quick, want to let you guys know that our BAJHEERA'S ARMY Twitch shirts are back on sale. So if you missed your chance to get one before, or you want to pick up another one, now's your chance. You got 16 more days to pick it up before the campaign ends, and all the shirts will ship out together. Hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. Hey, what's up guys? BajheeraIRL here. Got another arms and shoulders workout for you guys. And this workout was alongside a lovely friend and viewer by the name of Corey. He's been a big supporter of the stream and videos for a long time. And it's cool to get another workout in with him. We've worked out together before because he is in the Marines and he's stationed pretty close by. So that's pretty sweet to be able to work out with him every once in a while. So we decided that we're going to hit some arms and shoulders today. And this is a workout that I've been really trying to put a lot of effort into, but this one we changed up a little bit. Now, Corey, he was just going ham today. He was doing a little bit of everything, and I understand that. So he's getting a little bit of chest press going on right here. But one of the things that I was trying to do with this arms and shoulders workout, and a lot of my arms and shoulders workouts in general, is instead of trying to focus as much on like the sort of press, curl, lateral raise, triple set, what I was doing this time is I was trying to focus more on getting a lot more shrugs in there. And I don't know if shrugs are the absolute best, most important trap exercise, but I'm well aware of it, and it seemed like a lot of you guys sort of agreed with me on that in my progress update video that I posted earlier, is that my traps are definitely lacking. My upper back and my shoulders are definitely lacking, and I've always known that. But one of the things I'm going to do now is I'm going to sort of shift my focus away from doing as many lateral raises and really try to focus on getting tons and tons of sets of shrugs in and see what happens. And that's not saying that I'm abandoning lateral raises altogether, but I think one of the things that I was doing with my shoulder workouts before is I think I may have been overloading a little bit on my pressing. And I don't mean overloading as in like it was hurting me, but as in like, you know, if I'm at the gym, I could, you know, cut down a little bit of pressing and introduce more shrugs. Because I feel like, you know, one set of shrugs is, or not one set, but like one sort of time of hitting shrugs isn't really going to do it. I do like 6 sets of shrugs, but at the same time, you know, for me, the way I train, I could fit shrugs in where other pressing was before. So I was going to do that, but still definitely want to get some good pressing in. I feel like that's helpful to me. I'm really getting a good feel for it. And I mean, I feel like it's done a lot for me in terms of my shoulder progression over the time that I've been making shoulders a top priority for me. So like I said, getting some shrugs in today. Corey's hitting some of those overhead triceps, and we're going to go hit some more triceps a little bit later in the workout over there in the cables. That's where I do a lot of my triceps. But for me, this workout, like I said, sort of just going back over it, I'm going to start off with the little sort of triple set of doing presses. After I do these overhead presses, or just like the, you know, military press with dumbbells, I suppose, we're going to swap over to some curls. And then after those curls, I'll do just some lighter shrugs in between. And then after we finish my sort of sets of doing the pressing and curls, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit later. We're going to do like a superset involving seated shrugs and seated lateral raises. And those are going to be pretty fun. We'll get to those in a minute. But like I said, I know that my traps need a lot of work. And, you know, heavy shrugs, you know, on like with a bar or even with like a Smith machine could help. But I think one of the best things for me to do personally is, I think one of the things I'm lacking is that real mind-muscle connection with my traps. Like I need to get in touch with my upper back. And rather than just packing on heavy weight and just like, you know, struggling against it, I think getting a feel for a little bit lower weight and learning what it feels like to flex those muscles, learning what it feels like for those traps on my upper back and my rear delts to fatigue a little bit and get in touch with that is really important for me. So using a little bit lighter weights, but really digging in with good form shrugs is hopefully going to be something that helps me out. Here's Corey hitting some easy bar presses. You know, for him, his workout and his goals, man, he's just going ham all day. So I can understand that. Getting a little bit of everything in here, but it was super fun to work out with him. Like I said, he's been a big supporter of the stream for a long time, and it's always fun to hang out with viewers, man. That is, you know, one of the coolest things about what I get to do is there's a lot of people who support me, and I love you all very much, and be able to hang out with you guys, whether it's at conventions or if you guys are close by, get to go to the gym together. I'm always down for that, so that's really fun. But he's trying to work on that sort of like full body marine training, you know. He definitely wants to grow and make progress, but I think overall fitness is the main goal there. Whereas for me, at this point, my goals are, you know, I'm training with the mindset of trying to build muscle, even though I am on a pretty substantial diet, which makes gaining muscle pretty unlikely. But if I'm training really hard, you know, like I said, I don't want to drop into the mindset of, oh, I'm not going to gain muscle. I definitely want to train with the idea of gaining muscle, even though the main goal right here in terms of my diet is to cut down on body fat. And that's something that I feel like is worth mentioning. Training hard is what you need to do all the time. Busting your butt at the gym is a pretty much requirement all the time. And what's going to make you grow or lose body fat is a matter of your eating. So if you want to get bigger, you got to eat more than you need. You got to eat more than you burn. And if you're trying to lose body fat, you got to eat less than you burn. And I mean calories wise. So that's a question that comes up a lot, and that's just the basic answer. I've answered it before, but that is what it is. So right now I'm getting to these seated shrugs that I was talking about, and you can see I've got my head forward a lot of the time, trying to get in touch with those traps. I'm even leaning forward a little bit, letting my shoulders hang a little bit so I can get that big trap that goes, from the top the top of your shoulder down into your neck to the middle of your back. Trying to get in touch with that, and definitely doing these sort of like bent over rows, or not bent over rows, but the bent over lat raises right here. That's also getting in touch with my rear delt, but also my traps as well. So that's a superset that I really like, and that I'm going to continue to include in my workouts. And I did this is from an earlier arms and shoulders workout, but I did arms and shoulders yesterday at the gym as well, and I was hitting these seated shrugs and lateral raises combo as well, and it was doing pretty well for me. So like I said, I don't think my traps are going to get huge during this dieting phase, but if I can at least sort of take this time to learn how to train them properly and learn what it feels like to really get in touch with those muscles, that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's worth my while, and something I'll continue to go after for sure. And one of the reasons why I'm doing seated lateral raises and shrugs is, one, just to get something a little bit different going, but two, I feel like it's sort of taking any sort of lower body action out of the equation, and I feel like that's helping me out a little bit. You can see there's a little bit more isolation, and you can see my back working there. That's pretty cool. Probably just lighting effects there from the good lighting in the gym, but still, at least I can see from this perspective that there is some stuff going on in terms of my upper back, and that's what I want. Also trying to get some rear delt action going on with when I'm doing those a little bit more bent over, trying to access that rear delt there. But since it is arms and shoulders day, I do want to come over here to the cables, hit a few triceps as well. My triceps, that's another exercise or another muscle group that I feel like I need a lot of practice with. Everything I need a lot of practice with, obviously. I mean, I'm fully willing to admit that, and I'm fully comfortable with that, because the gym for me, it's a learning experience for sure. And I think that there's definitely, going in there and putting in the hard work, being willing to just, endure a certain amount of pain, being willing to maintain a discipline over a long period of time. But in terms of actually being in the gym, there's also, a mental aspect to it. Learning how to perform exercises such that you target muscles that you want to target. Learning how to flex the muscles along with the movement, not just relying on the movement itself to flex the muscles for you. It's those kind of things that I feel like help me a lot in terms of my bodybuilding progression. And when I feel like I've got a muscle group that's lagging, not only do I just want to hit that muscle with as much sort of weight and reps as possible, I also want to learn about it. I also want to learn how it works and learn what it feels like internally for me to use that muscle in the way that I'm looking for. So that's what I'm going after in a lot of these workouts. But we're going to finish up with a couple of these rows, just because why not? We did a lot of traps today, and I wanted to get just a little bit more upper back involvement. And even though this is a row, and oftentimes you do a low row for your lower lats, I feel if I pull this thing right and if I let it stretch right, it's all the way up my upper back, and that's what I'm looking for. But anyway, this is a super fun workout with Corey. Huge shout out to him. Thanks for working out with me, dude. Always a blast. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!